Altima that was being driven by the friend Butter. Eventually he crashed, now they hopped out and on feet. Officers say Scotty and Butter ran in one direction towards the house they crashed at, and Ksoo ran in the opposite direction. So the officer put his attention on Ksoo until he hopped a couple fences and got up out of there with rifle in hand and hold one. But prosecutors mentioned that he was caught on a ring camera, and they claim they got footage of the murder. So the off-duty officer radios to the other officers their direction to travel. The officers claim, unlike Ksoo, Scotty and Butter left their weapons in a stolen Nissan and made their way in the backyard of a 57-year-old woman and barged into her home without permission, trying to evade the police. So boom, they make it into the woman's house. She walking out the bathroom and she spot the two guys and tell them, "Get out of my house," but in some colorful language, right? And proceeded to make it out on her front porch yelling help. So the both of them pulled this lady back in her home, and it was said that Butter proceeded to choke her down to the ground and took her phone.
He choked her down. Oh, my bad. I got to laughing. Damn. This wasn't nothing to laugh about. He choked her down. He snatched her when she went outside to yell help. My bad, bro. I'm not trying to laugh.
That bitch trying my bed. Ain't trying to do that cause this bitch be whack. I just fucking out the Ukraine. Bitch come through, she gon' throw shit back. Let me talk about Butter got the bag. When now he ain't even have right. Niggas bouncing ain't killing on sight. Heard that Butter ain't definitely right.
Man, Ksoo FaceTimed his op and told him he caught they boy before standing over them. Tap in.
For Charles to exit, Hakeem Robinson does two things. One, using Instagram on his phone, he contacts Raekwon Howard. Raekwon Howard was affiliated with 6-1 Drugs. Tells him, got one of your boys slipping. Let him know you're getting ready to take somebody out, but doesn't say who. That will be confirmed by Instagram records showing that video call. In Robinson's Instagram account.
They got that Instagram call on the Instagram? Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. They got the call of him FaceTiming his telling them what they was doing to him. They didn't even have to have nobody do this. They went in and did the... Yo, niggas be stupid as hell, bro. It's over for Ksoo.
Hakeem Robinson pulled the trigger over and over and over and over again. Many different types of evidence that you will see in this trial, but one is video surveillance.
Hell yeah, it's gonna have video surveillance, nigga. There's cameras everywhere, and them niggas in Florida, but of course there's gonna be cameras everywhere, bro. That nigga stupid, bro. It's over for him, bro. But, and everybody's testifying against him. Even the shooters testifying against this nigga. It's crazy.
What's up, what it do? Drill Time TV checking in once again. And Young and Ace homeboy Ksoo and his cousin ATK Scotty trial underway for that M that took place on January the 15th. 2020. And although both of their attorneys sounded promising in their opening arguments by implementing the B-Rabbit off of 8 Mile method, and what's that? By telling the jury everything the state could possibly come up with to say in a negative fashion. Now, although they was in there cooking, the prosecutor still saying they cooked. And in fact, this case is an open and shut slam dunk based on the evidence they comprise that we gonna get onto later on in this video. But first, hit the like button and share this one time for your boy to spread awareness. And if you ain't subscribed to the channel, this is a good time to do it now.
Yeah, no bad though. If you ain't subscribed to my channel, nigga, you better go do it now. And this shit about to get spooky. Look how many people is part of this trial. They got all them people part of that trial, shorty. All them people part of that trial. And that nigga Butter, we got a nigga Butter here. And you know them butters, all the butters be telling. Do your homework on that. So tap in and stay tuned.
Now, Thank you, I appreciate the support. I put a lot of work in this research, now let's jump right into it. Now, many of us seen the still image that's floating around of a slender-built gentleman with the two-tone hoodie and dismissed it as being Ksoo. Me personally, I had no clue. I'm just reporting. That's up to you guys to decide. So let me know in the comments. However, prosecutors saying Charles McCormick, aka Little Buck from 6 Block, home of Julio Fulio, made a diss track against ATK and spoke on a Willie Addison hit. So on January the 15th, 2020, Ksoo, his brother, his cousin, ATK Scotty, along with his friend Butter and his cousin Torgon, followed Lil Buck from his apartment complex to a temp service called Express Employment. So as they watched Buck walk into the establishment, they parked over in the cut behind his car so they'd be able to spot him when he walked out. So Buck went in there and took care of his business and lined him up a job, but as he was walking out to the parking lot, the driver stated that Ksoo called an audible. Initially, they planned for Ksoo and Scotty to pop out and chase him down and pop.
Yo, and this was the case. In the other video, the lady said shotgun. Nigga, I thought a shotgun hit him, bro. This nigga got chased down with a AK. And it wasn't just him. It was a few niggas over a diss. And it wasn't just over a diss. The nigga spoke on a murder that happened in that diss. Do your homework on that.
Possibly shoot him in the car. But Ksoo friend stated that Ksoo was thirstier than dead grass, and when he seen him, he said, "There you go," and popped out and got right to it. And in that moment, that's when the prosecutor said that Ksoo stood right over him and made a mess with them 223s.
Nigga Ksoo tweaked. Bro, this nigga Ksoo is tweaked, bro. You gotta watch it again.
That's when the prosecutor said that Ksoo stood right over him and made a mess with them 223s.
How close would you say you got to him? All the way to him. And what did you see?
His leg was separated and half his face was gone.
The bullet. Ooh, shit, I got tired. Them bullets came fast, really. Messed him up. Separated his leg. Nigga, let's keep going.
His teeth were on the sidewalk.
2 people who shot and killed this man in Arlington. This is a new picture of Charles McCormick Jr. given to Action News Jax by his family. They say he was supposed to be...
Like, just look at this nigga and think of what happened. His teeth on the sidewalk. Nigga. His leg amputated. Nigga. I could just picture it. I know a lot of y'all can't, but my bad.
starting a new job yesterday when he was killed. We first showed you this surveillance video of the suspects running through a backyard last night at 5. This happened after they crashed a stolen getaway car.
But luckily it was an off-duty cop at Publix in a close proximity that heard the gunfire and gave chase to the stolen Nissan Altima that was being driven by the friend Butter. Eventually he crashed, now they hopped out and on feet. Officers say Scotty and Butter ran in one direction towards the house they crashed at and Ksoo ran in the opposite direction. So the officer put his attention on Ksoo until he hopped a couple fences and got up out of there with rifle in hand and hold one. But
them niggas hopped them gates and got up out of there. That nigga Ksoo tweaking, yo. He was running with that big ass gun. Like, honestly, bro, this nigga tripping, bro. This nigga tripping, bro. I can't even go back, bro. I just, damn. This shit blowing me. My bad, y'all.
I heard the gunfire and gave chase to the stolen Nissan Altima that was being driven by the friend Butter. Eventually he crashed, now they hopped out and on feet. Officers say Scotty and Butter ran in one direction towards the house they crashed at and Ksoo ran in the opposite direction. So the officer put his attention on Ksoo until he hopped a couple fences and got up out of there with rifle in hand and hold one. But prosecutors mentioned that he was caught on a Ring camera and they claim they got footage of the murder. So the off-duty officer radios to the other officers their direction to travel. The officers claim, unlike Ksoo, Scotty and Butter left their weapons in a stolen Nissan and made their way in the backyard of a 57-year-old woman and barged into her home without permission, trying to evade the police. So boom, they make it into the woman's house. She walking out the bathroom and she spot the two guys and tell them, "Get out of my house," but in some colorful language, right? And proceeded to make it out on her front porch yelling help. So the both of them pulled this lady back in her home and it was said that Butter proceeded to choke her down to the ground and took her phone.
He choked her down. Oh, my bad. I got to laughing. Damn. This wasn't nothing to laugh about. He choked her down. He snatched her when she went outside to yell help. My bad, bro. I'm not trying to laugh, bro. I'm sorry. So imagine somebody breaking your house. He said, hey, get out of my house. And then it was an old lady. She trying to go outside, fan the police down, get her ass snatched back in the crib and choked out. It's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Home and threatened to cause further harm if she didn't comply. So then ATF Scotty calls Ksoo brother Crazy K. So then they take the woman's clothing, most likely her husband's that was at work, change into that and share their location. And then about an hour later, Ksoo dad and his brother pulls up in a red orange Dodge Challenger. So then they jump in with Ksoo dad and evade the police. And so the lady makes it to her porch, flags down an officer that's still in the area and gave a description of the perpetrators.
Those men later...
And she was still trying to be out to see who that was and what car y'all got in. Oh yeah, it was over for y'all. Y'all could have got away. You should have, if that was the case, nigga. If that was the case, you should have choked that lady life away.
got away after keeping a woman hostage inside her home for more than an hour. I'm John Bachman.
I'm Tanika Hughes. Action News Jack's Elizabeth Pace has been on the story since she first found the woman who was held captive. Elizabeth is live in Arlington, and that woman told you that she's now worried the guys might come back for her.
She's doing much better.
Shit, I'd have been worried that them guys are gonna come back for me too. Shit, if they was hiding in my crib, but shit, she ain't know what they was coming for. That's what they was running from, a murder. She ain't know that. She probably thought somebody was just coming to attack her. She got, bro. If they probably could have got away from this, bro. They got picked up, bro. Come on, bro. Y'all blew it. Y'all should have choked the life out that lady. Like, not trying to be weird or nothing, but that's what they. My bad.
Today, and hopeful that police might be close to answers, but now the adrenaline has worn off and she's sore and just anxious that these guys might come back. This is a little bit of what they left over. This is where they crashed. That stolen car looks like part of the plastic bumper here, and then over here we see part of the headlight. Now, although this still sits here on the sidewalk and is a reminder of what happened yesterday, she says she's not going to let them run her out of her own home.
Lady, they're not coming back for you. She said, I'm not gonna let them run me out of my own home. Ain't nobody worry about you, lady. They was trying to get away from the police. I feel for you, though. I feel bad for you, shorty. They got that choking around, but she trying to go say something to the police, bro. That's crazy, bro. Don't mind me, bro. I'm fine.
It all started at this store in Arlington, Express Employment Professionals. Police say someone shot up the store Wednesday morning, killing a young man. Today I learned that man was an up-and-coming music artist, 23-year-old Charles McCormick Jr. These are new pictures of him given to us by his family. They didn't want to go on camera.
Oh, he was an up-and-coming music artist? That's wild, bro. He dissing and talking about actual murders. And he's well known. It's crazy.
But told me they're crushed by his loss. He was supposed to be starting a new job that day. Before the suspects could get too far, they crashed their stolen getaway car about 2 miles on Townsend Boulevard. Neighbors gave me this home surveillance video that shows them running through yards and hopping a fence to get away from police. Then they chose a random woman's home to hide and change clothes.
Okay, so what happened? So that you just saw them all
in my house. They were in my house. I came out of the bathroom and they were in my house.
We were getting video of the crashed car when I heard screams for help. She told me the two suspects just left her home after holding her hostage for an hour and a half. I helped.
An hour and a half is crazy. Oh shit! They used her phone to call. Wait, did they use her phone to call? His dad? No, I don't think so. Okay. Do home connect. If they had did that, that would have been crazy. Did they take their phone on that drill? we gotta stay tuned because I'm confused now. Now this is getting spooky.
Her over to police and have checked in with her a few times since then. She says she's sore after trying to fight them off, but refuses to let them win.
She's resilient. Never again, you never think anything like that's gonna happen to you, and especially her.
Kim was the first friend to find her. She also lives nearby.
We've been putting it through our heads, all the different scenarios that could have happened, and we're just so thankful that she's alive. It could have went so many different ways.
Now, we do know that JSO detectives have been back out here collecting DNA, and neighbors are hopeful that they'll make an arrest soon.
Now, Butter had distinct tattoos on his forearms, and the victim provided that information to the police. That same day, officers had her look at a photo spread, and she identified Butter as the one who choked her out, but she couldn't identify ATF Scotty because she didn't really see his face clearly. But to Scotty's surprise, they didn't really need her because when they pulled her back in the house, he left DNA on her clothing. That DNA evidence along with...
He left DNA on her clothes. Yo, what the hell? Now, this gets spooky, bro. You could grab somebody by their shirt and throw their ass or something. And you go to jail because, nigga, your DNA on it? That's kind of spooky, bro. That's kind of crazy. So, you know what that means? Stay out the streets. The police, they upgraded so much. Thinking, how we gonna win? Honestly, how you think we gonna win? Like, for real. I know y'all played GTA before. You can't never beat the police. And they upgraded now. Nigga, ain't no beating the police, nigga.
Phone records proved that Scotty and Butter were the two that broke in his poor lady house and held her against her will while assaulting her in desperate hopes to escape from the police. Inside the stolen Nissan Altima, police also retrieved DNA evidence that leads back to Ksoo and ATK Scotty. The prosecution also emphasized that the two guns recovered from the stolen Nissan that belonged to ATK Scotty and Butter, they were not the murder weapons. They saying that the murder weapon was with Ksoo and he ran in the other direction. They said ATK Scotty had an AR-15 with 27 rounds and one in the chamber and was ready to fully participate, although he didn't pull the trigger. They also found the Glock inside the car with Ksoo fingerprints on the slide. You can't make this shit up.
What the? I'm sitting here thinking, like, how y'all gonna do a drill and leave all y'all guns in the car? Knowing they coming. Bro, is these niggas serious? Honestly, bro, somebody let me know how serious these niggas be.
A loaded AR-15 in the back, 26 rounds, including 1 round chambered, ready to fire. That was Leroy Whitaker's rifle. Wasn't a spectator in this. He was armed and fully willing and ready to participate. Participate he did, even though he did not pull a trigger. Also, a Glock handgun. And on the slide of that Glock, fingerprint. E. Robinson's.
Prosecutors saying that Ksoo hit the cut through a nature preserve park and made it to an apartment complex near Arlington Expressway. And from there, he sent his location to his brother Crazy Chris, who was with his cousin Torgon Williams at the time at Torgon House on Dalehurst Drive, just behind Merrill Road Shopping Plaza.
We got the answer I needed. This nigga went with his phone. This nigga slid with his... Bro, these niggas be stupid, bro.
Woke Torgon girlfriend up. They've been together 5 years and told her to drive to them apartments and pick up Ksoo without telling her what happened. So she leaves to go to swoop up Ksoo and bring him back to the house with his brother and his cousin. But not before a witness that stayed at the apartment at the time described a white female driving around the parking lot like she was looking for something but unfamiliar to the area. So she described Torgon's girlfriend in the car she was in at the time. Witness told the officer that she picked up a man in a two-tone hoodie after seeing him walk out the woods. The witness also got an alert on her phone about JSO looking for the suspects and the clothing description including that two-tone hoodie. Prosecutors claimed that the witness got a quick glance at the clothing and ran back in the apartment for her safety, based off the alert. So being that she didn't get a good look at the suspect, she wouldn't be able to identify him. Now, Butter was arrested the same day and started cooperating. This story sounds like deja vu, so familiar, like we heard it before. So they got Butter arrested. He pled guilty.
He said like FBG Butter. Hell yeah, FBG Butter. That nigga, bro, these niggas, all these butters is rat, shorty. I told you from the beginning of these videos, that nigga butter. These niggas bite them cheese, nigga.
Alert. So being that she didn't get a good look at the suspect, she wouldn't be able to identify him. Now Butter was arrested the same day and started cooperating. This story sounds like deja vu, so familiar, like we heard it before. FBG Butter. So they got Butter arrested. He pled guilty to second-degree murder for Charles McCormick, aka Little Buck, and admitted to being the driver.
Yo.
He pled guilty to burglary with assault and battery for running in that lady house fleeing from the police. He pled guilty to aggravated fleeing and eluding law enforcement for taking the police on a high-speed chase driving up to 100 miles per hour. And get this, they said he also pled guilty on a separate murder case.
Yo.
The prosecutor said he in so much shit when he testified, he don't know what sentence he go get. At this point, all he knows is what he looking at. And he's looking at life in prison. Yep, life with no parole, and according to his guidelines, the minimum he can receive is 41.8 years up to life in prison.
Like, and you know what's crazy? This nigga telling and still gotta finish the rest of his life in jail. Ain't that sad, bro? Now, you a rat and you going back to jail, dummy.
But with his cooperation, the judge is allowed to go below that 41.8 threshold. But that's if she decided to, and at the time, she ain't make no promises. Now, one thing for sure and two for certain, Bubba also know there's no way he can get less than 20 years. But at the same time, he could testify and still get life. But the prosecution said they feel so confident that even without Butter, they had enough evidence to put Ksoo and Scotty away for a long time. Because right before the murder, Ksoo goes on Instagram and tell a 6 Black op, I caught one of your boys slipping right before running down on his prey, bloodthirsty. Ksoo dad Blue pled guilty to 2 accessories to murder. One from this case.
Them niggas stupid as hell, bro. I caught your boy and blew down on him. It's crazy.
For a long time. Because right before the murder, Ksoo goes on Instagram and tell a 6 Black op, I caught one of your boys slipping right before running down on his prey, bloodthirsty. Ksoo.
Like, come on, bro. These niggas got no brain cells, bro. Like, y'all look just alike. Y'all both dumb as hell, too. Dumb as hell, bro. Like, y'all niggas don't. Come on, bro. These niggas don't think about nothing. We up out this, y'all, man. Like, comment, subscribe, but don't be like this nigga, bro. And if you go do a hit, go do it on your own. Or don't do it at all. Honestly. Nigga, them niggas go tell on you, bro, if you don't know that. We up out this, John. Sure.